Before 1989, water in the UK was considered a public health service. It was essential to all life, not least our own, and was run by the state through 10 separate regional water authorities. Thatcher had wanted to privatise water in 1984, tried again in 1986, but we, the public, objected to it. So she ditched the idea ahead of the 1987 general election, lest it cause her to lose it. But Thatcher soon came back to it, so intent as she was on selling our water off, which she did in 1989. The 10 regional water authorities became 10 separate, privately owned water and sewerage companies. Thatcher managed this because since she was elected in 1979, she'd been starving the regional water authorities of funding. Funding had dropped to a third of what it was in 1980 compared to 1970, whilst at the same time she was demanding they build more and improve services which they simply couldn't afford to do, facilitating a failing service. Tougher EU legislation on the cleanliness of river, coastal and drinking and bathing water came in. The authorities couldn't meet the new requirements, thus gifting Thatcher, clapping her hands with glee, the excuse to push forward with her privatisation plans. She had engineered the failure of a public water provision, a completely ideological choice on her part. Of those 10 privatised water companies, 9 remain today as private profit-making entities. Welsh Water, the 5th largest water supplier in the UK, adopted a not-for-profit status in 2001, ditching its shareholders and effectively running as a nationalised service again. And Scottish Water was always a separate entity from those 10 original regional water authorities and is 100% owned by the Scottish Parliament. So our water became privatised because Margaret Thatcher conned the country. Scotland never followed suit, valuing water as a necessity to life, whereas Thatcher saw it as she saw everything that was publicly owned as an opportunity for somebody to make money out of. It didn't take Wales long to take the same stance as the Scottish and restore it to a, in all but name, nationalised service too. Yet in England, it doesn't matter if you look at the Tories of today, Labour of today, the Lib Dems of today, the answer is always more subsidies to the private companies. And the same is true across all former nationalised industries and utilities. Look at the state our water is in now EU legislation has gone. The investment we were promised has never happened. Every politician refusing to consider renationalisation of water is defending Thatcher's legacy of theft and con artistry and should be called what they are, Thatcherites and Tories.